Just like Mr. Wilt said, today we have some people in the classroom who are taking our measurements. Next week, we will be going into the changing. Next week, we'll be going into the changing room to change into your leotards. Don't worry, they're all knee length. Good, I would look like I'm wearing a woman's swimsuit. I like how you complain about racism, and then you're like, I'm just gonna be casually sexist. And I'm stepping foot into the hall with that thing on. The measurements don't take too long. These people must be professionals. No, they decided to hire complete idiots. After the whole class gets measured, Mr. Wills continues his lesson. Some of you have taken my classes before, but I'll need you to do the practice steps like everyone else. Some of you are going to help the newcomers. He snaps his fingers before continuing. With that being said, I'll show you what I plan to turn you all into. Music begins to play from somewhere. Where's that music coming from? Jules puts his arm on, making a circle around his head. Whoa! He begins to perform ballet, doing leaps, spins, ducks, walking on his toes, en point, and even adding some flips here and there. Do they do flips in ballet? Probably just showing off. He's gliding across the floor effortlessly, using the whole room as his personal dance space. Every time I think he's gonna fall, he does some spectacular leap or lower spin. We all stare in awe, mouths agape. Jaws run the floor, watching a near middle-aged man perform like he's in his prime. The music ends and he strikes a very proud pose, and sweat leaping from his head, glistening in the light. If you can't perform a quarter of that by the end of the year, I will have failed as your teacher. I'm completely frozen in shock. Now, do any of you, for whatever reason, think you're never able to do that? The students raise their hands. Those now still shocked to move. All of you are wrong. The students lower their hands in confusion. Do you take all of this in a single year? He waits for someone to answer. He looks around expecting an answer. 6 months? Still no one answers. No! It took me years to make this much progress. I was a horrible dancer. It took determination, motivation, and many cold nights crying on the floor thinking I'll never be good enough. But that just wasn't good enough for me. Growing passion in his voice catches more of the class' attention. I knew I had to be better. If I gave up so easily, I wouldn't be able to live up to my dream. Remember that, like, the dodgeball scene in the original Wani is about Inko giving up because Inko just wants an easy path to life because he's a rich kid? We're not having that for We don't even know what the fuck does. Is he rich or not? Like, what's his home life like? When you ask something, you cannot give up when you're faced with a challenge. You cannot earn things easily. You asked to become something. You took on those challenges the moment you set foot in the door. You will fight through it, crawl if you have to, but you never give up. You can't have two people given the same lesson like that. With the heart stuff out of the way, then you'll see how it becomes much easier. Class shouts out with excitement. Motivational speech is bright and never in spirits. Okay, since you're motivated now, I will cheer you best when we get the leotards next week. Oh. The Titan steps some balance exercises if you want some early practice. He picks up a stack of papers and starts handing them out. He gets to me and I stop him. Mr. Wills, how can I help you? I was wondering, I think you should get a gift to help me with balance. Whatever. Freddy has shown, like, clumsiness, so, He smiles already knowing the answer, like a true professional. If you want to build up your leg and cool strength, you'll need to practice finding your center. My center? Is this some spiritual thing? I guess dancing would help us with the center of soul. And what is the center of balance? You can find that all in your hips. When you learn to constantly keep your balance in check, the rest will come naturally. Ah, yes, my center of mass. Should have been my first guess. Like when you bend down to grab something and keep your hips back so they don't fall. Exactly. You're getting it already. Our instincts already accommodate for this. However, it's up to us to learn to master it. I think I understand. The center of balance usually does want to keep myself balanced, but I'm not moving in ways I'm not used to. Thank you, Mr. Will, to keep it in mind. I like how this guy has fucking insights despite this. Why does he have this? There's a smile and continues handing out papers. Take a seat by the back door looking over the papers he's given us. Rules of dance, lesson 1. Touch up your timing, focus on footwork, perfect your posture, don't lock your knees, and... Damn it. Sound of someone falling in the next room with an angry shout catches my attention. Sounds like that hurt. I stand up curious if the person on the other side is right. Reach for the handle. She's alright. I turn to him, a kind and trustworthy smile on his face. Oh, sorry. Don't let me sorrowful. It makes me happy to show that you care. I take my seat and study the papers with the rest of the class. Bell rings lets me know it's time to go take a long walk home. But halfway home, the rolling of wheels catch my attention. What? Alya skates by on a skateboard as fast as the wind. She's not even wearing a helmet. I'm in awe, staring at her. She pushes herself along. I don't think she noticed me. At least I hope not. The last thing I need is for her to know where I live. Getting home, I flopped down on the couch. Well, no one's home again. I sighed deeply, looking at the picture of my mom and dad. What the hell's going on? People forgot about me. Just last week, they forgot to tell me they bought some. They forgot to tell me they brought some food for us. Rumbling up my stomach reminds me that skipping lunch isn't a good idea. The only food in here is some microwave meals in the freezer. Better than starving. I get up and head over to the fridge looking inside. It's food I have no idea how to cook. Definitely waste of good food and money. Take one of the frozen meals and throw it in the microwave. Yes! I mean, absent parents aren't that weird. I'll be honest, that's not the weird part. The weird part is that the main character can't cook. There's a lot of little things. There's no cooking. I sit back down on the couch eating my fresh meal and I'm scrolling through channels. I get done with my meal before I can find anything to watch. I've got nothing good on TV. That Inko says that when Inko has grown as a person because part of his character is that he's like sucked up by popular media. The next week rolls by pretty quick. Danny, Zelda, and I get close together even trading phone numbers. Alya doesn't really give us the time of day. I don't think she gives anyone the time of day unless she's being intimidating. During lunch, Danny grabs my attention and shows me something he's working on. It's a game he's trying to make, he's very excited about it. Something about a farming sim? You can plant multiple crops, there's different seasons, caretaker romance, mines to explore, and a lot more. I can't believe Danny is making fucking Stardew Valley. My favorite part is the cooking aspect of the game. It's like a couple of minigames. How are you going to finish this by your lonesome? See if you can build the seasonal events. You better share it with us when it's done. Can I just point out that I feel that Un and her make way more sense, right? Like, Un and Zelda make way more sense than Alya. Well, we'll get to that during the debrief. But, like, what is the chemistry between him and Alya? It's like, Alya is like, I don't want anything to do with anyone. Shutting out the world. Un is... I don't know what Un is. Like, part of the reason why Inko and Olivia works, because Inko is an extrovert. He's, like, trying to get into people's social spheres. And he has a lot to say, and he's pretty honest. And it's, like, perfect for someone like Olivia. None of that exists here. Must marry Sebastian. Who is this Sebastian you speak of? Who is this Sebastian you speak of? Danny, I swear. You're gonna make the day soccer be 50 minutes long. You're going back to tennis. I love sim games. I'm playing it. You guys can be my beta testers. So much more to... So the listeners was rambling, so more of my attention is brought over to Alya. So I'll say a few words to me here and there, but not much. Most of them would have said like hi or two, not more than that. That's just pretty normal for her at first. She was the same one when Zelda introduced... Okay, but Zelda introduced... And he introduced Zelda to her, She was the same way with Zelda when he first introduced her. His most... Wow! Huh! What? What is happening? Hold up. I don't see why timers would even come up. Tyson Groundhog. Ignore? Apparently we're good. Rather this than what happened during our first encounter. We've been getting partnered up in history class for work. History class? Can't say she's chomping at the bit for it. But she doesn't really complain. Not out loud, anyway. Honestly, I think it's Mrs. Michelle's way of trying to get us to open up when we're pairing with a new kid. Mrs. Michelle takes the Iotacon role of pairing them up, and we don't even get to... What? It's been a week, man! How many history classes do you have? You've been there twice already. Like, what's happening? What time is it? She started to speak to me more after all this stuff. But Alya doesn't interested in being friends. classmates who just happen to be forcefully helping each other. The Friday, Danny invites me over to his 18th birthday party. Holy shit! A character has a birthday party? I thought we don't do those so that we don't feel weird about looking into the lives of kids. By birth month, he's the youngest of the group. Oh, so they're 17? Oh, no, they were 17. Excuse me. Yeah, if he's the youngest, then they're all 18 by this point. Still, man! Party gonna be set up at the skate park near the beach. Look at this fucking vista, man. I feel sweaty just looking at it. Look at all this dryness. Wanty barbecue. It's a birthday party. It's not the same as like a random-ass holiday. That Saturday morning, I started to get ready to go over to his house. It's hot. Not as hot as it has been. In the hundreds over 2 weeks straight. Sheesh. Again, shorts and short sleeves are the way to go. I was thinking of wearing my tank top, but I don't want my pastiness to blind anyone. Then he didn't somebody expect the time, so at 10 a.m. I head over. Remember that, like, in the original, Inko's obliviousness and, like, his disconnectedness from society is, like, implied? Like, he doesn't know it's the last day of summer. And he shows up way too early, technically speaking. Like, there's a lot of details missing that make those original scenes work that are not compensated for. Don't exactly know what he likes to play at the video game, so I got him a gift card to the local stop and play near the mall. How much money do you have? How easy is it for you? How big is the fucking gift card? Give us some information about you. Like, I know it's probably not relevant, but I feel like we know nothing about Un, his personal interest, or his personal life. He just exists. Mario Man 64 ass, Lethal Lava ass type Vista. I follow a little blue line my phone gives me, only to realize it doesn't live all too far away from me. I have to walk halfway to school and cross the street in the other direction to get to his GameStop gift. Oh yeah, stop and play. His house is better looking than I would have thought, knowing Danny's laid back attitude. It's a bit early. Hope it doesn't mind me coming by right now. Damn! I have an excuse, though. He didn't tell me a time. Fucking knock on his door. So, look at this fucking mansion. What a mansion. Dang, Danny, you live like this? You've got 2 garages? Danny's standing behind it. Yo, the Unster. So you're standing out there for a bit. You get shy or something? Sorry, you didn't tell me a time to come over. I started to think you'd send me home. What am I, a strict teacher? I wouldn't do that to my boy, to my homeboy Slice. Actually, I was about to text you. I'm really show up. I was hoping it wasn't too early to invite you. It's your fucking party, man! If it gets me out of the house, I'm there. Awesome. Come on in. Things are almost ready. Whoa! This house does not contain this room. That is not how McMansions work. Taking the surroundings of its house. It's very tidy besides a mess of cables and video games on the console table. The console table? My mom is packing the rest of what we need. Dad's outside packing up his barbecue. Seems just right for Dan to say the acronym for barbecue instead of just a word. Oh, he says fucking BBQ? Wow! And I is swimming around the pool. Freezing my tracks. Alya's here. Right now. Surely she wouldn't anything on me in front of the other adults. I hope. Must have noticed my show out. You good, bro? Alya's here? She's been for the past week. She merely comes over to get away from her. Oh, no! She's an abusive household? Oh, great. That's what this fucking story needed. I mean... I'll be honest, I don't think this is going to get much better. I'm just disappointed and sad. I seriously hope that Don't Bite Me does not make the mistakes this is obviously making. It's been for the past week. She mainly comes over to get away from her dad. I realized the two of you were upon my next spending ocean. Whoa, no, wait, no. Oh crap, sorry, I just jumped to the... it just felt like, pool. I understand, but don't worry. Why do you have a pool? You're a fucking bird. Wouldn't you float with all those feathers? Wouldn't birds sooner have like a little climbing rack or something in the back? Especially since it's implied that birds can actually fucking fly. She's practically my sister. Our families have known each other since before either of us were born. That's probably why she can tolerate his hyper attitude. Wasn't Freddy the hyper one? I mean, he's laid back, not hyper. What are you talking about? I wonder how Zelda has it. Was he originally supposed to be Freddy or something? He has hollow bones, he floats. Exactly. It doesn't exactly say as that that her dad is a bife weaver? You mean a wife beater? But that's the most common trope. It's implied it ain't good. I mean, it could also just be that she's a frustrated teenager. But if that's the case, why would she go over to someone else? Wouldn't she just go to a skate park or something at that point? He is liftable and perfect for a dance partner. I mean, if you got hollow bones, yes, dancing would be super easy. I don't know how Zelda handles it. She's allowed to stay here as long as she wants, and I'm allowed to stay at her place. That's usually too much of a pain for her to get along with. Speaking of dads, let me introduce you. He's allowed to open the back door. Damn! Danny, what the fuck? Look at this fancy custom pool. And this lovely garden house with a bar! And it's got a little roof window. Damn, Daniel! Damn! His backyard is huge. Swallows me up. Below ground pool, patio, fireplace, and shed. Is it like, man, I know that the Paynes have like a backyard pool, but this is a below. I think it's a shed. No, man, it's got the bar. Dad, look who's there. Bruh! Those stripes. I'm crawling in my skin. Another large hawk turns away from the grill. He lifts her arm on to lift it. All right, you must be you. Nice to meet you, sir. Call me Brian. Cut the formal stuff. You have to be proud of the respect. I am. You have more than Dan here. Dad! Brian lets out a hearty laugh. I get that he's trying to grasp his stomach, but it looks like he loses 5 pounds doing it. That has told us much about you. I've known him for a week! He's set to save you from the Martian students. My chemical follower! Somehow, despite his girthy size, he's still lighter than... Just how birds work. Multiple times, you'd think I'd learn by now. Insert Family Guy Brian lookout clip. He does kind of. You know, that's how lucky you are to have me trampled to death. I'll take it one day at a time. Is it the same problem at first? Yeah, the same problem at first. Taught about to go with the flow. Only reason I survives because of that. Gotta teach me how to do this. One of these days you won't be done, I'll get dragged away. Splash in the pool catches my attention. Alya walks to the steps of the pool and she is... Ah! Hold up! We don't get... My god, we're just gonna do this? I do not... I'm done. I'm done. I don't... Like, let me make one thing clear, right? My big issue is Daniel. Like, we can talk about the barely legal trope all we want. But fucking Daniel literally turned 18 this day. We are not doing barely legal. We are doing, like, questionable ethics here. I am done. I get it, but I've looked at some of the art and apparently it does get worse. I think I'm gonna do this instead. We're gonna look at the text. Yeah, he's just like goggling. I really love how they have an obvious picture, but the pool picture looks nothing like it. Dang. Repeat after me. Just like Wani, but worse. Yeah. I think the big letdown, right, is that this has obvious potential. There is obviously a really interesting story kind of simmering under the surface waiting to be let out, and the author is so obsessed with doing Wani again that he's skipping out on it. Just like I preferred Liz to Olivia, I kind of prefer Zelda. But like Senator says, I still prefer Liz over Zelda. If only partially because Zelda's art isn't really selling her as much. And just like how I like Lucy. Do I like nerdy girls? Is that maybe my problem? No. It's that they're more fucking human. I think we're ready for I think we're ready for the Safi Crook tells you this again. I do not like how this and Don't Bite Me have the exact same issue of I don't know why the love interest is this character. In Don't Bite Me, it's because the love interest doesn't get much screen time. Maybe Diane is fine. We don't know. But Lucy kind of soft key hits on him and it's way cuter. We'll take Unk's soul. But what I really hate is Alya is like, you're just gawking over a girl because she's hot. And she hates you and wants to murder you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I just... Alright, let me talk about this, right? I feel like this song could use some remixing on the instruments volumes. So, what does the help page tell us? Ah, nothing. The accessibility menu. Ah! Oof. I heard about Open Dyslexic. I know some people review book stuff and they use this one. I wonder how it works, like why it's supposed to function. What does sans mean? I know that sans, like, you know, maybe that is just the default option. But yeah, I really want to talk about this. I feel like there is a much more interesting story here, but like Unk doesn't have any personality, so I don't give a shit. You get the exact same choice. Well, I feel like compared to Wani, it just lacks in the I'm trying to find what you're talking about, actually. Apparently, the party choice doesn't even do anything. I think. I don't even know, man. Barely legal to barely to legally questionable? So, I feel like my big problem with this is that it clearly has the potential to have its own identity and be its own story. But it falls into that common trap of, like, sticking to what it looked like. It's sticking to the source material too much when the source material isn't really what works. So, shall we do a little thought experiment? Do I want to do more of this? Not really. I feel like if someone gave me a bunch of money, I might. But I don't think I personally get any particular joy out of this. I was saying, Alya also goes, they're not Romeo family. I pulled up what I think is the option. The options for Unk are, we hardly speak, I'd like to get to know her better. And then it can be like, don't you think your family would have more fun if you were there? And then, the only thing that changes is what Alya says, right? But, like, no points are awarded. This is not a point situation. You're gonna get her outside either. I don't know, man. It needs something. Like, Don't Bite Me, right? It needs something. It's got potential. No. It's not Don't Bite Me. Don't Bite Me already has something. I've already said that I like the principal and I like Lucy. I like them. It's already got two good characters. It does need the main character to get some development, and it definitely needs Diane to have something. Because I don't want to... Listen, right? Let's get into that headset. I don't want to play a romance game where one of the romance partners is A, trying to murder me, or B, doesn't exist. Okay? I much prefer Lucy, because it feels like we're actually having a fucking conversation. Right? Like, there's chemistry there. There's characteristics there. There's something happening. The Ems... Un has nothing. I don't know his family. I don't know his hobbies. He's not even a good self-insert because he has just enough characteristics that he has like a sort of identity. It's really bad. So, what would I think would work better for this? Honestly, I feel that you could make it a story about Trinity, right? You can make it a story about Trinity and Alya, and like the whole point is that Un lives in fear of the wrong person. And you introduce Trinity a little later. First, he's just afraid of Alya, and then he warms up, and then Trinity comes in, and then you have Alya be the protective person. And then Un realizes that he doesn't want to date someone that's just a protector or tried to kill him, you know, that kind of stuff. Huh. It sticks too close to the source material to find the very, very interesting story that's just hidden underneath. Listen, I'm going to put it like this. If the Don't Bite Me author is like, hey, Safi, can you help me write the story or at least give me some direction? I'd be like, fuck it. I'm in. I'll do it for free. I know you're asking money on your Patreon, but I'll do it for free. Put my name in the credits. Put me in the credits as Giant Idiot Dingus Consultant. I want no other title. I want it to be clumsy. But I think the big problem with Dancing Towards Tomorrow is that it's copying Wani, but I don't think it understands what it's copying. And that is the biggest shame. If you're gonna be a plagiarizer, if you're gonna be a plagiarist, plagiarize well. If you're going to steal, be good at stealing. Steal what works, make it work for yourself. Like, don't just fucking copy. This, you know what this feels like? This feels like someone took the entire Wani script and ran it through, like, ChatGPT. Like, there's something still there. Like, the main character doesn't have a voice. Inko isn't this overthinking, overly verbose character anymore. We lose everything. We lose the thing that makes the story readable, which is that Inko's a giant fucking idiot. And Danny isn't as good as a bro, right? And I don't like that Freddy is also kind of a bro. I feel like if you mixed Freddy and Danny together, you'd get a slightly stronger character. You could keep Zelda around. I feel like you need to rework her a little bit, but I have a soft spot for Liz, I guess. And I think Alya just needs something. Make her dancing. Make it about the fucking, like, snakes and dancing is like a big stereotype. Let's do something. Have an idea. Have a thought, you know? Writing is art. Media is about creation and communication. And if you have nothing to say, it's going to reflect in the fact that your work is empty and hollow. Because there's nothing. There's no thought. It's an empty space. There's just echoing. Like a hollow bone. And I'm sad. On the plus side, tomorrow we'll do more shards. And shards has been alright. I would not be surprised if the art is AI generated. However, a lot of the art does look like someone a bit amateurish drew it. So I'm willing to believe both. And actually, it looks like he has 3 fingers. Ugh. Why would you draw a hand like that? Like, please look at the anatomy of this character, right? This is his chest, which does this weird line over on the left side. Like, where are his pectoral muscles? Where is his stomach? Where is his belly button? Why is his fucking short go to the right? To his right. What is going on? Why does it look like his knee is concave? Ugh. Like, you drew a perfectly serviceable knee on Brian. It's really weird. It's just weird. Why did you use a pool picture that has rain on it? Couldn't you find one after it was dry? Huh. So yeah. Bent arm looks wrong. Yeah, I want to point this out, but if you look at a human being, this is not how your shoulders work. A couple of fun things about human shoulders that I've learned trying to learn how to draw. Is that your shoulders are kind of in line with each other. They're on opposing sides. So yes, technically, they would go straight over, but your chest puffs outwards. So technically, your shoulders are behind your torso. Which means that if you were to draw it properly, the shoulder in the Thief-Force profile that is behind the character would appear to be behind the pectoral muscles. Which looks awkward. But like with Brian, it works. Like, this is how this should look. Is like, it's behind. Because that's how it works out. He does look like he's slightly slumped. Also, fun fact about your shoulders is that your shoulders, because of how your back works, your spine works, if you bend to the side, if you like try to move your hip up or down, your shoulder either moves towards your hip or away from it. It cannot move parallel to it. You can't do that, which is neat. This has been cool anatomy tips from your boy Safi Crook coming right at you. Anyway, I don't like this. I'm a little disappointed by it because, again, I have to hold on hope for Don't Bite Me. I have to hold on hope for Don't Bite Me because Don't Bite Me's creator has clearly some understanding of how to write characters. We have 2 characters that work out of a very small cast. That is something. That is something. I feel like Fred and Danny together might work. Zelda's fine, I guess. I feel like Trinity could have some... I'm very sad. I could join the Discord, but I don't join people's Discords. It's just not my jam. It's just not my jam. Oh shit, here's an update 5 days ago from the developer. What's up, guys? I'd like to support you demo. Since the first release, I've been working on several aspects of the game, such as the art and writing. A lot of things will change in the next update, but I won't reveal it just yet. Fortunately, now I have a good friend to help me with the codes, improvements in other areas. Not much. Thank you again. I hope to see you in the coming updates. You can also join the game's Discord. Usually put up. So basically, sounds like stuff's happening. Great! Great! So as I said, we're not doing more of this. I thought maybe Dance Towards Tomorrow was going to have something. You know, like maybe it's hilariously bad, or there's like a couple of redeeming qualities in characters, or maybe Un has like a little bit of that magic. But there's nothing. So I feel like if I were to do more of this, I would just bore myself to death. And I got better things to do in my life. I'm sorry. However, while this wasn't a great thing to read, I would like to thank everyone for coming. It's very, very lovely that you decided to show up. I'd have made insufferably Metro. I mean, that's what Inko is. I mean, if we're going to copy it, you might as well take the insufferable Metro guy. And have him be like, I'm not gay, I just care about my appearance. Just the gayest straight ever. I think you could do a lot with that. Especially with Danny. And Alya and stuff. Like, for fuck's sake. But at that point, we're just daydreaming. We're just daydreaming. We're daydreaming about a story that doesn't exist. Instead, I want us all to... Like I said, tomorrow we're doing more picking up the shards, which, as I said, seems to actually have some redeeming qualities, if not be actually good. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to some good fucking writing. And something I like to read. Man, what a novelty. Jesus. I'd also like that for one other reason. I don't know who follows my other stuff. But, like, man, has Ramp been a mixed bag of, like, wow and It's impressive. I will always dream. Without dreams, what are we? But fools blind. Are you talking? No, I'm talking about the Discord for Don't Bite Me. I'm not talking about the Dancing Towards Tomorrow. I mean, I probably still get banned because Discords are... I've heard of many Discords. I don't know if that's the case for Don't Bite Me. Let's be clear. I don't know if that's the case. But I know a lot of Discords tend to be kind of... sometimes like Reddits, you know? Where like there's a couple of people power tripping and the author's a fragile little baby. So they're like... Aah! And I hate it. And I hate it. So yeah, thank you all for coming. I'll see you tomorrow if you'll be there or not. I think I think we should all say that Scary Dave didn't show up, and he's the real winner. I think the real winner here is Scary Dave, because he didn't have to watch any of this. Scary Dave just gets the cliff notes of, yeah, it's not great. Man got off easy. What the hell is this? The general chat is the perfect place for vor art. Take criticism or do as DPD did. 800 plus posts removed by mods. The general chat is a perfect place for vor art. I mean, considering that apparently there's like actual... I've looked at the art, as I said, and there are a couple which are like, yeah, that's vor. That is dancing with vor. These people are like 18 to 19. What the fuck are you doing, man? I just want Noe Body to have a fucking personality. Be such an improvement. I just want to know who the fucking main character is. We get to learn about like Damien's home life and stuff, right? About how Daniel is real nice and plush and his dad is like a... we learned that Daniel got taught by his dad how to act, how to be calm and relaxed and go with the flow. But Un gets nothing. What the fuck are you doing? I get that because Awani, more horny. Listen, if I'm gonna write fucking porn, like actual kink stuff, I'm just gonna fucking go for it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We are gonna be talking about wide open maws and shiny latex before you're even ready for it. And also write it with actual adults instead of ethically questionable fucking writing. On the plus side, in about an hour, I'm gonna get me some chili con carne. Hell yeah. I'm gonna get chili. Yummy, yummy, yummy. For the 18,000th fucking time, thank you all for coming. I hope to see you all tomorrow. And if not, well, I understand why. Arthur Kitten Boy Wife wants the goods. He wants the beans. I wouldn't be surprised if one gets that XCOM Viper crap. Yeah. Yeah.